Welcome, Gulfstream Leadership Team and Gulfstream University staff. Today I will present an exciting new curricula to spark creativity and innovation at Gulfstream using a project-based learning approach. This project is based on the G650 Electric Maintenance Entry Door Challenges. As you know, although interim solutions have been implemented, a root cause has not yet been found to these issues. This 5-day course is designed to incentivize select teams of high-performance employees to find the root cause and propose final solutions. In addition to this learning event, these team members will also be eligible to enter the Innovation Award Contest and attend the Continuous Improvement Conference to present their findings, with winners each receiving a $500 Amazon gift card. You may ask, what is project-based learning and why the PBL approach? Project-based learning has been used as a design methodology for teaching in domains such as medicine, engineering, science, and economics for over 40 years. It's proven to be effective when it comes to long-term retention and performance improvement. Other reasons to use PBL include authentic work with real-world problems, giving the students a sense of purpose, authentic audiences to show what they know, integrated social and emotional skills such as teamwork, conflict resolution, and communication, encouraging belonging and inclusion, diverse perspectives, collaborative-based culture, requiring sharing of knowledge and resources to overcome professional silos. Here's a course description, and things that are included in this course will be a PBL definition and application, roles of participant and facilitator, the driving question construction, so the team will form this together, learning goals finalization, review of prior knowledge of G650 eMED components and systems from the AS111 course, communities of content, so all the knowledge base, and they'll talk through cross-functional team reps and stakeholders, looking at basic troubleshooting skills, and then actually having hands-on G650 eMED troubleshooting to determine jointly designed solutions, collaboration, communication, innovation, and critical thinking, revision and reflection. This will be in the form of turnover reports and also feedback. And then final presentation of the product, demonstrating and defending their research, learning, and solutions. And then the criteria, meeting the criteria for the Innovation Award. The performance objectives of this 30-hour course are to identify the root cause and design a potential solution to the eMED issue, to develop a presentation to Gulfstream leadership, and to become eligible for entry into the Innovation Award Contest. And there are prerequisites for both the students and the facilitators. So the facilitators will take a 2-day course on understanding the PBL approach, so they connect theory to practice. We'll bring an outside consultant in to teach this course. And then the students must have had AS111, the eMED operation and rigging familiarization course. The target audience is going to be made up of select students recommended by their supervisors. So a typical team will be 2 production technicians, 2 mechanical engineers, and 2 service center technicians. Here's a list of the PBL elements that will be involved in a PBL course typically. So the focus on the significant content, activate their prior knowledge and see what's relevant. The driving question, and helping establish the learning goals, start with the end in mind, no distinct course of learning, so student-centered learning, student voice and choice, so students choose the direction of their learning, they're more autonomous, and they work with inquiry and discovery. We're going to be using 21st century skills such as collaboration, communication, technology, working on our presentation skills, critical thinking, knowledge management, and intelligent listening. And then with inquiry and innovation, this will be facilitated by the instructor, but we'll talk about the culture that Gulfstream has around innovation and develop some meaningful learning, and the product kind of takes shape during this time. Then feedback and revision. So peer feedback and critique is very important from the facilitator and the peers, so they can assess, redirect, rethink, and enforce their success of their solution. And then finally, the publicly presented product to illustrate real world competence, demonstrate the outcome, and take total learning ownership. These are some typical elements for a PBL implementation. So it starts with the driving question, the need to know, the voice and choice, revision and reflection, the public audience, the final presentation, and of course continues with inquiry, in-depth inquiry over kind of a cyclical thing, using their significant content, their knowledge, and their 21st century skill set. These are the proposed learning objectives. However, PBL encourages complete student participation. So again, student voice and choice. So we'll give the employees a chance to tweak these objectives for themselves throughout the course. You'll notice the focus of the modules on the left and specific tasks on the right. So for lesson plan 1, we're talking about introduction to PBL. So we'll talk about the type of learning we're doing, the approach. We'll just discuss student and instructor roles, define the expectations and the student voice and choice, determine the skill set for simultaneous outcomes, discuss inquiry and innovation and the culture of innovation at Gulfstream, and form the driving question and establish the learning goals. And then, of course, on the right is a list of tasks that will make this happen. In Module 2 is the communities of content course module. So it's talking about primarily what they know and what they need to know, and drawing on all the knowledge base and the expertise that we have. So determining what they need to know, their significant knowledge, providing communities of content, activate their prior knowledge, share the cross-functional expertise of the team and other team members will bring in, consider the multiple student perspectives, and of course, review what's come before them, the Tiger team presentation and interim solutions. So we'll show videos from that AS 111 course on the components and systems. We'll review a lot of things, and we'll share a lot of expertise from across the company. Module 3 is getting into the actual inquiry, innovation, troubleshooting, and solutions. So we want to reinforce inquiry, innovation, and the skill set involved. We want to review the project status and plans, troubleshoot and determine root cause and potential solutions. So start right away with how we're going to do that. And then conduct a formative assessment by offering and receiving peer critique and feedback. So the tasks involved in that will revolve a lot of review and troubleshooting plans, root cause analysis, and then have the students write a turnover report of their findings and how they continue their inquiry to solution. Module 4 is a continuation of this troubleshooting and solutions. They're going to compare their ideas. They're going to conduct some more feedback and peer critique, and they're going to troubleshoot and actually determine the root cause and potential solution. And they're going to use the OJT lab for this. So in addition to just talking in groups and reviewing videos and talking about their plans, they're going to also actually have hands-on with specific issues set up in the OJT lab that they'll have to solve, and they'll get hands-on experience with that. And this is going to be their biggest day to actually troubleshoot and determine the solutions that they're going to present. So, and at the end, they're going to categorize and finalize their potential solutions together. And then module 5 is the actual planning for the presentation to leadership. So they determine their final solution between the two groups. The two groups will be split into groups of 3 all along. They'll develop their presentation. They'll meet their presentation and award criteria. They'll conduct a summative assessment. So getting back to those groups of 3, they'll decide between the two groups what is their final solution. They'll present all together in a group of 6. And so this is their final product for the PBL model. And they'll work together to complete an innovation award submission form and check all the criteria. The facilitators will critique their presentation, and they'll continue to revise and work through the day on that. Here's a rubric that we've developed for the course itself, and the set up by module as they go along to see what they meet and don't meet, and make sure they remind them of the criteria of the presentation and the award at the end. So they go through this as they go with the facilitator. and based on each module, and then the facilitator will give overall comments, and of course the peers will too, for assessment. And then this is talking about the Innovation Award. It's the applicable student teams will be invited to present at the Continuous Improvement Conference. The student teams will present and justify their eMED solutions. Leadership will judge the presentations. Winners will each be presented with $500 Amazon cards. And here's the Innovation Award rubric that they'll be working from. So there's 6 benchmarks with that, with questions to answer. And there'll be a form to fill out, you know, to apply for the award eligibility. So this will tie closely to the other rubric as they go along. And this is the final rubric for their product. So I want to thank you for your time. And if you have any questions or anything on the presentation, please contact me.